Have a nice day.
UPS, covering more ground faster than ever.
60 seconds under the hood. That's all Jerry Austin and referees get this year. The question on these replays is always, does he maintain possession while he's able to do another football act? I would say he secures it, takes 2 steps, it's ripped out by Henry. To me, that looks like catch and fumble, and therefore the play will stand, but we'll wait and see how Jerry Austin looks at it and what he determines from that replay.
Yeah, I agree with you, Joe. He clearly had possession of the ball, and now it's a matter of whether or not he got his feet down, which he did, and could he have made what they then call the football act. It looked to me as well that should be ruled a completion fumble, and then in which Matt Jones recovered.
They changed the rule where referees are supposed to get only 60 seconds under the hood. Now, when they spend longer than 60 seconds, it makes you wonder if they're trying to figure out where the ball should be, and maybe they reverse the call, but we'll find out right now. It's either a 1st and 10 at the Dallas 36 or 2nd and 10 at the Dallas 48 for Jacksonville.
After reviewing the play, the pass is incomplete. When the receiver catches the ball and goes to the ground, he must maintain control. The ball came out when he hit the ground. Incomplete pass. It will be 2nd and 10 on the 36. Put 3:24 on the clock.
See, I think where you and I disagree with that interpretation is, as part of the act of catching the football going to the ground, if he loses it, yeah, then obviously it's incomplete. But he caught it, secured it, took 2 steps, and then had it ripped out by Anthony Henry.
Yeah, to me, the ball coming out going to the ground, as if the ground caused the ball to come out. The ball came out before he went to the ground.
So instead of a 1st down inside the 40,
Hard line. It will be 2nd and 10 at the 48 going in.
that's what I was about to say. 2nd and 10 from the 48, and it wipes away a 12-yard catch. So the challenge by Bill Parcells works. And instead of Matt Jones finally getting his hands on the football and making a play, it's ripped out by Anthony Henry. There's no question that happened. And they take the catch away. 2nd and 10. Pressure off the edge. Reister, the tight end, and it's picked off. Picked off by Roy Williams. He's tapped down back inside the 30. But what a turnaround on 2 plays. The completion wiped away on the replay challenge, and then on the very next throw, the interception.
Well, watch 98, Greg Ellis. You got it back on him, which is a mismatch. He goes right over the top of him and is able to get pressure on Byron Leftwich, and then this is just a ball that Byron should have never thrown. The only possible chance he had there was to get it over the defender and on the sideline to where only his guy had a chance to make the play. Just really not a very good decision. And we saw the anger in Jack Del Rio as Leftwich came off the field. This is a game that you can't have those types of mistakes and come out with a victory.
1st down Dallas, and now Bledsoe goes down in the arms of Rob Meyer.
Well, they were finally able to get some pressure inside, and Rob Meyer, number 92, does the job, and really a good pass rusher. I mean, he's able to just push Marco Rivera right back into the lap of Drew Bledsoe. It wasn't that Marco Rivera missed on him or that Meyer did a move that got him a free line. He just went right over the top of Marco Rivera right to the quarterback.
452nd time that Drew Bledsoe has been sacked in his career. Terrell Owens, that's the strength, making a play and getting out of the grasp of Rasheem Mathis. As we approach the 2-minute warning, that was good for 12 yards.
Well, and that really is, Joe, as you said. The difficult thing about covering a guy like Terrell Owens is getting him to the ground. I mean, he's going to make some catches. Rasheem Mathis just gets thrown off of him. But a good job there by Deion Grant being able to come up and make the play. And, you know, I don't know really how you try to defend this. You got to get some help from the inside, but a good job right there by Deion Grant tackling him, something Mathis wasn't able to do in the open field.
We're at the 2-minute warning. There are receivers in the league who are faster than Terrell Owens. There are receivers in the league who may be stronger, but there is nobody in the open field like Terrell Owens with a football in his hands.
Fox NFL Sunday is sponsored by Visa. Go on, live life, and remember that no matter what it takes, life takes Visa.
You think you got game machine? All right, let's see what you got. Come on, breathe. Come on, breathe. Pick him up, pick him up.
Live NFL. Drink Diet Pepsi.
I can do this all day, baby.
Okay, huddle up. Pate, take the mulch. Dad, grab a rake. I'll bring the bags and the petunias. Ready?
It's movie time, boys. Eli, you go popcorn. Butter, no salt. Peyton, you dim the lights. Not too dark, not too bright. I got dibs on the recliner.
Ready? Eggs, skillet, spatula. Ready? Check it to pancakes. Pancakes.
Wear what the pros wear. Go to NFLshop.com for official NFL gear.
The guys are standing by. The Visa halftime report coming up. Kurt, Terry, Howie, and Jimmy will have scores and highlights from around the league, and the Fox Sports ticker will keep you updated with up-to-the-second stats. They are getting set to go. In this game, we've got 2 minutes left in the first half. Dallas at one point led 10-zip. Now it's 10-3. 3rd down and 4 for the Cowboys. By the way, Jacksonville with only one timeout remaining. Bledsoe with time finds a receiver. You know who? Terrell Owens. 1st down. Knocked out of bounds by Williams along the sideline, and gain of 12.
And again, I mean, the offensive line giving Drew Bledsoe just some time to allow Terrell Owens to get across the field, and they got the ball into his hands, and he would have picked up the 1st down anyway. But then Nick Bryson tries to make the play. But look at the protection inside. I mean, that's a nice pocket for any quarterback. And then Nick Bryson fails to make the tackle.
Owens with 4 catches, 45 yards. It's just slung to the sideline. A flag is down. Terry Glenn with a catch at the 40. It'd be 14 yards and a 1st down, but there is a marker down. And it looks like it's coming back.
Holding 76 of the offense. 10 yards. Repeat 1st down.
We know a couple of things. Donovan Darius has been taken off for an IV to get some fluids back in him. It is muggy down on the field. There's Flozell Adams. Troy, here's a guy who's been playing with a bad calf. Blew out his knee last year. Missed the last 10 games of the season. And really, they don't have much behind him backing up out at the left tackle spot.
No, they don't, because they inactivated Pat McQuiston, who's the rookie who's been playing for Flozell in preseason.
1st down and 20. And you're allowed to do that. Throw that at the feet of the receiver. The question is, where was the receiver? It's a rule change from a couple of years ago. Drew Bledsoe throwing it at the feet of his receiver, evidently. Marion Barber was in there, but he wasn't all that close to that ball.
I agree, Joe. I didn't see. I know that he was trying to get it to Barber, but I didn't see Barber anywhere near where the ball was thrown to really be able to say, here's Barber. And you're going to see he's going to leak up the field. I know that the quarterback is allowed to do that within reason. And obviously that's the judgment there of the umpire.
Timeout Dallas on 2nd and 20. 2nd down and 20, and the Cowboys take their 1st timeout. Next week, it's the New York Giants and the Philadelphia Eagles. We have spent the better part of the last 3 years in Philadelphia doing games. Last year, all those injuries, they're healthy. McNabb is ready to go. They're 1-0 with their win over for the Texans. They'll take on the Giants, who won the NFC East last year. And earlier today for the Eagles, McNabb's day, 300-yard day, 3 touchdowns. Brian Westbrook, a ton of all-purpose yards, and Dante Stallworth. It's a big deal getting Stallworth from the Saints. 6 catches, 141 yards, and a touchdown.
You know, really just a great offensive day for the entire offense there for Philadelphia. And Donovan McNabb, I mean, he came back. I think that there was a lot of pressure on him going into this game today, and he answered the bell. And it's going to be real interesting to see what happens in that game tonight, and a great matchup between the Eagles and Giants next week.
Second down and 20 here for the Cowboys, up 7. Bledsoe hit as he throws, and he's picked off. That's Rashean Mathis. And there's the play that this Jaguar defense has been waiting for. Mathis finally connects for the interception.
Well, what a great job by Jacksonville. And what they do, Rashean Mathis, he's going to redirect. He's going to redirect Terry Glenn right here, and it's called a trap cover 2. He turns back inside. He immediately then picks up Bledsoe. And Jason Witten's coming into that vacated zone of where Mathis was waiting for the ball to be thrown. Good job of defense there by Rashean Mathis.
Minute and a half left in the half. 1 timeout on the scoreboard for the Jaguars. Over the middle, Matt Jones down inside the 20. They'll mark him at the 17. Plenty of time on the clock for the Jaguars, who are down by 7.
Yeah, it's just amazing right there when you're able to get a turnover and then give the ball back to your offense. It's amazing how much the momentum changes. You're going to take another look. Now, this is what Drew Bledsoe has to see. He has to know the coverage and know that that's the guy who can take that throw away. The safety's not the guy. It's the corner that falls off of the outside receiver that falls underneath that throw you got to worry about.
On first down, Taylor to the 11. Pickup of 7.
I tell you, it was a great play by the Jags defense, and then all of a sudden the offense, it ignites them. You know, and that happens a lot of times. All of a sudden the emotion, the energy, the confidence changes immediately. And right now we're watching an offense in the last couple of plays that's looked pretty sharp. In fact, they've looked pretty good here over the last couple of possessions they've had.
Taking their own sweet time getting to the line. They have just the 1 timeout left. Pass is caught. That's a first down, and they'll have to spend their timeout. It took an awful lot of time getting to the line prior to that play. Fred Taylor on the reception. And now you've got 12 seconds, no timeouts left on the clock. Down by 7 here at the end of the half.
Yeah, and they ran a play there trying to get Leftwich out, get the ball on the sidelines and out of bounds and stop the clock and not have to burn, you know, that timeout. And now Jacksonville is left without a timeout. And that's going to impact what they're going to do in this situation. Obviously, they're going to have to throw the football. And they're either going to have to throw it really quick and get a guy out of bounds, or what I think is the safest route to go is just take a shot into the end zone. Hopefully you get a touchdown, and depending on how long that takes, you may have time for one more play, but more than likely this will be it.
This could be a spot where they would really utilize Mercedes Lewis, their #1 pick out of UCLA. Big body, 6'6", 265, out with an ankle injury, a high ankle sprain. And this is the area of the field where you want to have a guy like that.
Well, there's no question, and that's why I think that Matt Jones, a guy who's 6'6", just get it up in the air and let the guy take a shot. Now, they've got him here on the inside where you would typically put a Mercedes Lewis.
To the end zone. Touchdown. A lot of hand checking. Reggie Williams. And it's 10-9.
Well, Reggie Williams is that other guy. He's 6'4" himself. There was a lot of contact there in the end zone, but Reggie Williams just kept playing. You see that they've got safety help on Matt Jones inside, one-on-one outside, and Reggie Williams just kept playing and was able to get the hands of Anthony Henry off of him.
The third-year player, Reggie Williams, did not have a touchdown all of last year. It's a tie game with 7 seconds left in this first half. Jack Del Rio, former Cowboy, pumped up on the sideline, and as you said earlier, telling us that now that Jimmy Smith isn't here anymore, it's forced us to look at our other options. Reggie Williams is one of those options, and he has the first touchdown of the year for Jacksonville.
Yeah, I thought it was amazing, Joe, when we were talking to both Jack Del Rio and Byron Leftwich. They said, you know, we really feel that we're a better offensive unit than what we were a year ago, and I couldn't believe what I was hearing, because they just lost a guy who's probably going to go into the Hall of Fame. Certainly last year, 70 receptions, over 1,000 yards receiving, and you've got a young group of wide receivers that really haven't done much so far, but you know, they're still a young group. But the fact that now all of those guys are being depended upon to make plays is really what the point was they were trying to make, because in the past, Byron Leftwich said whenever Jimmy Smith was one-on-one, he was getting the ball, and everyone else knew that as well. And so it was a little bit discouraging for those guys, and Reggie Williams gets a chance to show what he can do, and you know, he was a first-round pick just a few years ago.
Squib kick by Scobie. And nice hand shown by Ratliff. He goes up to get it. There's 6 seconds left in this half. By the way, Bledsoe, who started out hot, a couple of completions to Terrell Owens on that first possession, 8 of 18 with an interception.
And the interception is really the big thing. And I think in a game like this, both for Drew Bledsoe and Byron Leftwich, it would be unfair to look at their numbers and try to draw any conclusion as to how well they played. Now, the interceptions, yes, because those are the plays that are going to make a difference in the outcome of this game.
Mathis had 5 last year, a big one here, the season opener. And we're back even, 10-10. Visa halftime show is coming up. Back to Jacksonville after the break. Kurt, Terry, Howie, and Jimmy catch you up on all the action around the league. Right after this from your local Fox station. A good one in Jacksonville.
FSN Pro Football Preview is back, delivering the news you need to get ready for kickoff. This week on FSN. Next week on Fox NFL Sunday. The guys take a road trip to Philly as America's #1 pregame show broadcast live from the link. Then, Manning and the Giants take on McNabb and the Eagles. Fox NFL Sunday next week in HD, noon Eastern, 9 Pacific.
Where TV?
All right, let's travel around the old horn. Rex Grossman, welcome back, young man. Had a little injury thing last year. Sets up in a pocket straight down the middle. Blown coverage, beautiful route. There it is. Brenner Berrien, 49-yard touchdown reception from Grossman. All Bears 16-0 over Brett Favre and the Green Bay Packers. This is our house. This is my house. Hello, Edrin James. Got a new home. Nothing like a new house. I got a new house. Beautiful house. 2nd and 8 on the Arizona 31. Alex Smith, sophomore quarterback for the 49ers. Roll right, turnaround, throw left. Vernon Davis touchdown. 7-0 49ers. 3rd and 1. James takes it in up the middle. It's 14-7 Arizona. Then Warner scrambling out, turns around. Anquan Bolden follows him, gets into the end zone. 2nd touchdown pass in the first half for Warner. 24-14. Cardinals over the 49ers.
Elsewhere, the Seahawks get 3 field goals, including one with 3 seconds left from Josh Brown, and they beat Detroit. 314 yards passing and 3 touchdowns for Donovan McNabb, and the Eagles win. Atlanta rushes for 252 yards and goes into Carolina for the victory. The Saints get 141 combined yards from Reggie Bush, and they beat Cleveland by 5. In Kansas City, Trent Green had to leave with a concussion, but we are told he is fine. His team is not. Cincinnati won that game by 13. New England, 2-point winners against Buffalo. Bill Belichick's 100th career win during the regular season. The St. Louis Rams upset the Denver Broncos. Jeff Wilkins 6 field goals in that one. The Baltimore Ravens shut out Tampa Bay in Tampa, snapping an 11-game road losing streak. And the Jets snap a 10-game road losing streak, getting the first victory ever under new head coach Eric Mangini. Now here in Jacksonville, Jimmy, that was a huge touchdown that the Jazz scored right before the break.
Yeah, Kurt, and it looked like the defensive backfield for the Jaguars started the game off there in a little bit of shock. You can practice your coverages, roll your coverage to this receiver, jam the receiver, one thing or another, but you can't practice against somebody as big and physical as Terrell Owens. And they tried to jam him, they couldn't jam him. They tried to tackle him, they couldn't tackle him. So I think they've settled down just a little bit, but they were in shock. Now, he is still a threat because he is a big, strong, fast receiver.
Well, and I think, you know, early on it looked to us like the Cowboys, maybe you're going to run away with this thing. And, you know, Jacksonville, to us, we had Jack Del Rio on our show in the pregame. I think this team is a reflection of Jack Del Rio. They won 12 games last year. Things were, they were on their heels a little bit in the first half. They recovered, they regained their poise, as Jimmy mentioned, particularly in the secondary, and they settled down. Defensively, they're playing well.
All right. I'm surprised Owens in as good a shape as he is, because, folks, it is humid here.
That's why he's in good shape.
Yeah.
Some of you will go to local news. Others will come back for more highlights here on the Visa Halftime Report.
Visa, proud sponsor of the NFL.
It's a night of drama you just can't miss on the new Fox Wednesday. First at 8, when a murder case gets too personal for Bones.
She didn't do it. What evidence do you have of that?
Could it be the one
I can't work with this.
that will end her career?
What if I fired her?
All new Bones. Then at 9, a wealthy socialite disappears. But was she a murder victim or a runaway bride?
They haven't even found her body.
Are they going to find her body?
Don't miss the new hit Justice after Bones. It all starts at 8, 7 Central, Fox Wednesday.
The Simpsons.
There is our day here in Jacksonville, the first half, and all that action, even some rain involved, and there's the net result. 10-10 is the score, and I agree with Howie. What he said, it looked early like Dallas was going to run away with this game, and you have to credit Jacksonville with figuring it out to a certain degree on defense, and then offensively they started to figure some things out there.
Well, they started to make the plays offensively, Jacksonville that is, when they had opportunities in order to get themselves at 10-10. But really the two plays that were the difference in this first half, you know, for Dallas was the late hit by Roy Williams on Byron Leftwich. That kept that drive alive, which then led to the field goal. And then, of course, the interception by Rasheem Mathis there, which allowed Jacksonville to score the touchdown and tie it up going in at half. Otherwise, this game's a 10-0 ball game for Dallas.
Here is our fantasy update. You look at the statistics. Drew Bledsoe, his day not too great considering how he started. Byron Leftwich has picked it up. Julius Jones and Fred Taylor, not much on the ground in the first half. And Terrell Owens, 4 catches, 45 yards. Reggie Williams has the touchdown for the Jaguars. Log on to foxsports.com, powered by MSN, and check out all of your fantasy statistics as Scobie hits a knuckleball taken on a hop by Tyson Thompson. He's out to the 31, a return of 26 yards, and let's go down to Pam Oliver.
Hey there, Joe. The Cowboys may have started this game with all the momentum, but Jacksonville went into the locker room with it, and I asked Jack Del Rio how his club was able to overcome that strong first quarter of the Cowboys. He said, I told the guys before we came out here, it's going to be a 60-minute battle with the Cowboys. And he said if we treat it like that the rest of this game, we could walk out of here with smiles on our face.
Thank you, Pam. Well, this second half should be interesting. Who's going to start with a victory here in Jacksonville? Julius Jones over the right side, one of his better runs all day. Is out just shy of the 39-yard line, picked up 8 in the halftime statistics. Look a little something like this. First quarter yards, second quarter yards. It was a tale of 2 quarters for each side. Total yards about even, each side with a turnover, and time of possession basically even, and that's how we're 10-10.
Yeah, it's about what we expected. 2 pretty evenly matched teams coming in. We knew it was going to be a defensive battle, and that's what it's been.
Second down and 2, and hit in the backfield and brought down at the line of scrimmage is Julius Jones by Paul Spicer.
You know, 2 of the things, Joe, that didn't show up there on that stat sheet was third down conversions by Jacksonville. They've not been very good in that area. They've only converted one so far. And then, of course, the one turnover. And that's why Jacksonville's leading it, because like last year, they've done at least a good job of protecting the football here in the first half.
It's 3rd down and 2. Opening possession of this 3rd quarter. Bledsoe with all day. Penalty flag comes in as Terrell Owens has it in the open field. It looks like this play is coming all the way back, and they're going to call an offensive pass interference on the Cowboys and Terrell Owens as Reggie Hayward is down. The $25 million left defensive
pass interference. Number 80 of the offense. 10 yards. Repeat 3rd down.
So it's on Dallas, and they call the rookie Anthony Fasano.
You're going to see it here. It's a little bit of a natural pick. You see the collision right here, and that's what you can't do. You can't allow, you got to allow the defender to try to make a play. Now they do that, they make natural picks, but that as soon as Fasano drops his helmet, the official's going to see that. And then here's Hayward. He's going against Colombo, and something happened right there, and he went down.
He led this team in sacks last year with 8.5. They're looking at him on the field.
Okay, people, let's gather around. Gather around, if you would, please. Let's bring it in and listen up.
Yeah, let's powwow.
This is Team Communication Week. I want you to think about what that means. You do your job, so I can do my job.
There's an exciting sound in travel. Southwest Airlines Ding. Get exclusive low fares sent directly to your desktop. Deals that are only available for a limited time and only by downloading Ding at southwest.com.
You are now free to move about the country.
The totally new Jeep Compass. With an available full-time Freedom Drive 1 4-wheel drive system, a high-tech dual VVT 172 horsepower engine, and still 30 miles per gallon on the highway. Jeep Compass. It's freedom in a whole new dimension.
Dude, I've got a brilliant idea. Football with flags.
Flags?
Flags.
Flag football has come a long way. NFL Flag is the #1 football league for boys and girls. Sign up now at NFLRush.com. Flags? Flags.
Did you see that?
This telecast is copyrighted by the NFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent is prohibited.
Fox NFL Sunday, sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl 41. Southwest Airlines, a symbol of freedom.
3rd down and 12 after the offensive pass interference call on Fasano. From their own 29, pressure on Bledsoe. Hit as he let it go in the air and to the ground. Off the hands of Cordova, and there was heavy pressure by Paul Spicer coming off the edge.
Yeah, it sure was, and he was going against, again, Flozell Adams, and you can tell that Flozell just doesn't quite have his feet underneath him. You see him grip right there with the left hand, the shoulder pads, and that's what he did earlier there in that first half. And as soon as the guy's not able to use his feet, that's when he starts clutching. But a good job by Spicer getting the pressure and getting on the edge on Flozell Adams.
Pryor hits a beauty. Chad Owens from inches inside the 15. Gets one block. Good return. Bent backward at the 26. Tomorrow night at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, the entire country is looking for them. The net is tightening, and we guarantee somebody's going down in an all-new Prison Break. Tomorrow at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, right here on Fox. Viewer discretion is advised. They're out of the prison now, Troy, and they're just all over the country. They're everywhere. It's tomorrow night, right here on Fox. First down for Jacksonville with the ball at their own 26. Taylor. You know, what he did right there is what he's been trying to teach Maurice Drew to do. And that is, don't go 100 miles an hour when you get the handoff. Let a block develop and then hit and then burst through the hole.
And then you get some rookie running backs who come in and they can't get to the hole fast enough. And for Moreeeee, as you said, he wanted to get there so fast that the blocks couldn't develop. It's a fine line. And Fred Taylor, he has showed patience today. He just hadn't been able to find the hole in order to try to burst through it.
2nd and 6. Handoff. Taylor. Room to run. And Taylor fights for a first down.
Fred Taylor, the ball carrier.
That might be his best run of the day.
Run that off of a little draw action there by the quarterback. They show pass and try to get the defensive players thinking pass and then hand it off to Taylor and let him kind of find his way up the field. And a pretty good job. We talked a little bit about it there towards the end of the first half. Now's the time here in the 3rd quarter and then certainly moving into the 4th where if you stay committed to the running game, some of those short gains are going to turn into big gains.
Quick throw and hit right in the chest is Williams. A first down at the Dallas 49, a gain of 14.
I'll tell you what, I mean, he wound this one up. I mean, they say he's got a windmill release, and you're going to see it right here. But he about knocked this. I mean, he gunned it in there awfully good. When you've got a ball coming at you that hard, and as a receiver, when you're basically running to the ball as Reggie Williams was there on a slant, I mean, that's pretty good concentration for a wide receiver to be able to haul that one in. Because that, as our former partner Chris Collins would say, that one had a little hum baby on it.
First down at the Dallas 49. Tie game. Leftwich drops it down for Taylor. Fred Taylor makes it to the 42, picked up 7. The question was, after Taylor, who had a 1,500-yard season in 03, 1,200 yards in 04, had 787 last year, had the ankle injury, played in only 11 games, worked out on his own. Would he be the Fred Taylor of old or the old Fred Taylor? And I guess the early returns here in game 1, it looks pretty good.
Yeah, he does look pretty good, and you know, health will allow you to do that, and he's made some good runs here on this possession.
Yeah, he has. He gets it to the 40. He'll be a yard shy of a first down.
You know, the concern for Jacksonville and Jack Del Rio is, can he remain healthy? I mean, I know this is the first time in a while that he's come into the season healthy, but he's only made it through a 16-game season twice, and that was in 2002 and then 2003. And so that's why then when you lose a guy like Greg Jones, who they lost earlier in the preseason, boy, that really impacts your team, because he was going to help spell Fred Taylor.
Brandon Tofield is in the backfield, and Byron Leftwich, the big body of the Jaguar quarterback, pushes the pile forward and has a first down.
I tell you, Joe, what I'm seeing from this Jacksonville offense is a group that came out early, was really struggling, couldn't find themselves, really had no rhythm, and now the last 3 possessions there of the first half and now this possession, you see them playing with some confidence. It appears anyway that Byron Leftwich is seeing the field well. The offensive line are starting to get a little more movement. Fred Taylor's starting to see some creases, but they're doing a good job.
Now it's Maurice Drew in the backfield. They hand to Drew for the first time. Maurice gets to the edge, has a nice run down inside the 35 to the 33.5. Picked up 5, brought down by Anthony Henry. Drew is 5'7", 212.
That's a lot of muscle, is what that is. And I was shocked. I saw him play a little bit at UCLA, but I had no idea he was that small. And I don't even know that our viewers can appreciate it until you actually see him in person. He's not a very big guy.
Gets it on a toss, running right. Sticks his nose in there and gets it to the 30, maybe just inside. Be about a yard and a half shy of a first down. Spears was the first one there for Dallas.
You know, I told Jack that this Jacksonville team, Jack Del Rio, he and I were teammates back there in Dallas and doing a heck of a job as a head coach. And I told him this team's got a chance to be really good. Anytime you draft 2 UCLA players with your first and second pick, you got a chance to do something special.
That's what they did with Drew and Mercedes Lewis.